I'm gonna have more tomatoes than I can eat. Look at all these tomatoes. This thing is loaded. There's tomatoes all over the place. Everywhere I look, there's tomatoes. Tomatoes in there. They're coming on like crazy. Tomatoes everywhere. Sweet corn, it's looking big too. Here we are at sweet corn patch. This little fella fell over, so I had to stake it up. But we're gonna have sweet corn too. All right, guys, we'll go in and talk about silver. I got a new piece I wanted to share with you today. So enough with the sweet corn. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Just sitting out here, relaxing a little bit, and I wanted to show you the latest pickup I got. So I got a poured Bitcoin round. I thought this was pretty cool. This was actually an auction win, which I typically don't do auctions, but I got in on this one. I seen it. I like the Bitcoin stuff, so put a bid in and I won this round. So this one says MHM. I guess that's who poured it. Not too familiar with them, so if you guys know who that is or familiar, give me a little more background. I appreciate it. 2.6 troy ounces of 999 fine silver. So it's pretty cool. Got a little wave in it, but I like the front. I like the little castle stacker type round on the perimeter there. And of course, the Bitcoin, the B, it's kind of neat. It's just kind of I mean, it's simple, but it's neat. Neat little round. So a little bit of silver added to the stack anyway. Good to see everybody. Apologize in advance. Got some rush hour traffic going on, so I'm not filming at the best time. But I wanted to talk a little bit about why I got into stacking silver, gold, investing in Bitcoin and those type of things. I like to diversify, but the most eye-opening thing for me, which I can't use any names or anything, but we'll say it's hypothetical, but it's based on a true story. How's that? So you hire in with a company, and there's promises the company can make to you about what they're going to offer you in your future years. Okay, but there's nothing certain about the future. Sometimes they change strategies and different things happen, and you can lose what was promised. Okay, so the similar type of thing I experienced was kind of like you're 12 years into a company, and then they say, well, we're not going to offer pension anymore. Anyone hired now going forward, no more pension. So the folks that had it, they still had their pension, but it was going to grow at a slower rate, rate growth. And then the company offered like the 401k. They basically doubled the contribution rate. Say 6% match, and then they gave 3% for anyone that didn't even want to contribute. So that piece was up and was really good. So everything works out pretty good. You're balanced out. You can still do really well. Well, then if you fast forward another 10 years later, okay, now you're like 22, 23 years in with the company, and the company just kind of dissolves, okay, and into like a merger. So your old company no longer exists. So at that point, your pension can go, what was left of a pension can go into a fund, but now you essentially have no growth rate, okay? And then if you did not make a magic deadline of a certain age, okay, we'll say if you're not, just hypothetically, if you're not 50 years old by this date, your prorated pension and all that, it's gone. It is what it is, but you'll get what's in there at 65 years of age. So, it used to be you could get your pension at 58 if you had the years and the age, that type of thing. So that hard cutoff in the sand at 50, that really made a division because there was no consideration for years of service. So you could have 25 years in with the company and be 49 years old, and you automatically would default to your pension at 65. And that pension, when you hired in, was going to be, a good substantial amount of money, enough money a person could live fairly comfortably on. And then, depending on how your numbers, like in the hypothetical situation I'm giving for me, that pension went from a 4x rate down to a 1x rate, enough that you could not live on. So the point I'm trying to get to is, no matter what you think you have, if it's in control of another person, it's not guaranteed. So you may have a pension today, but that pension could be altered or drastically hurt tomorrow. So once that reality came to me, I learned that I like to have things in hand. I've got control of this possession. So outside of somebody taking it physically from me or stealing, I've got control of my future, in the sense, my investments into the future. So I really like that about gold and silver. I know gold and silver may not be an investment. Some people say it's a preservation of wealth. It could go either way. We don't know what's going to happen. But still, the bottom line is, I know I have this. Regardless whether it ends up being a just investment or preservation of wealth, it's mine. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. So I hear a lot of people talk very confidently about their pension and different things, and I'm very happy for those people. And I wish you well. I hope you maintain that and everything goes well for you. But through personal experience, I can say things can change. Okay, there's loopholes that people can go through that's unreal. You think you're protected, there's always a way out, especially for big business, powerful people with lots of money. They can find the loophole to get out of their what previous promises they may have made to their people or their employees. So as things change, just remember that. You got to count on yourself. You can't always count on things like this, pensions and things of that matter, to be there for you. But you can count on tangible assets you hold in your hand. And you can, there's certain people you can let in your life to know where that's at. If you know who you want to give this stuff to, you can set it up to where that person can receive it if something would happen to you. So that's just my take on things, and I'm not trying to be doom and gloom. I'm just trying to give a dose of reality, some things that you experience. So you can hire in and be promised the world, pension and medical insurance, life insurance after retirement, that type of thing. But I can guarantee you that it is not always promised, and those things can change at the flip of a switch. You could suddenly be in a position where all of a sudden, well, we're a new company now, and you don't get medical insurance. Even if that company has a similar recognizable logo, it can be changed just a little bit. There's just little things that can be done, that can be tweaked to say we're a new company, but still have brand recognition. Okay. So you may not have that medical, you may not have that pension. So just a little forewarning of what could happen. Don't sit on the sidelines and just wait for everything to be okay. For goodness sakes, I hope it is. But, plan for the future. Take as much control as you can. Save and invest. And I'm not saying, spend all your money in your investments. You got to live your life and do things. take a vacation, that type of thing. But just get your priorities in order. I try to stay away from debt. You know, we know that debt is slave to the lender. That's not a good thing, right? So you want to try to free up debt, live your life, provide for your family, take care of the needs. Don't hoard every single penny, of course, in investments. You know, I'm not an advisor. Please don't take my advice. It's not professional. I'm just somebody sitting here relaying my own personal opinions and some of my experiences that I've dealt with throughout my life. So I hope you can take some of that information and make it work for you, because no matter what people tell you, there's always a way out. So don't take anything promised or anything conveyed to you as it's going to be like this. That's not necessarily so. You know, that's not always going to be the case. So just take control the best you can of your future, diversify, and just remember, you know, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. You know, outside of that, if there's second party risk, there's no guarantees. So you guys take care. All right. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep stacking precious metals, diversifying my investments, and hopefully something's there at the end of the road for me so I can afford to live in retirement years. But that's all I wanted to share. Do your own research. Keep your eyes open. Take care of yourself, because remember, if you don't take care of yourself, somebody else has to take care of you. So it's not selfish. Do the world a favor. Try to take care of yourself as much as possible. And if you can't, I understand that too. But don't ever think it's selfish. Take care of yourself. So you guys take care, and I'll catch you next time.